What is up, everybody? Thank you for joining me for episode 45 of Let's Nerd with Pathfinder Kingmaker. I'm Jay Dumont, ready to nerd out, and as I was looking at the character sheet, as I often do, I thought, you know what? He's only got a +1 weapon. I noticed his attack is +11, and that's pretty low in the party, so I thought, let's get him a better weapon. And I think I'm either going to give him, well, he can't use martial weapons. So we can't use the trident. But he can use the chilly midnight. So I'm going to lose some AC because of this from the arcane protector. But my attack goes to +13, 8 to 13 damage. I think that's a better trade-off. And this longsword, you know, nobody's going to use that. And he's also wearing Tartuccio's Present, which is a +1 bonus to deflection. It doesn't stack with other deflection, so it's really a nullified ring there. We can take that off and give that to, like, Tristan or somebody. Oh, nobody can use it but him. Well, we'll stick it in the box. So in this episode, we have to go upriver and find the source of these magical seeds that are turning people into monsters. I'm gonna rest here, get off death's door, I think. Let me set up Octavia's spellbook. A bunch of snowballs, some webs, some blur, some glitter dust. Another stinking cloud in there. You know what? I don't think we're going to be summoning monsters, so let's get another haste. we don't use displacement often. And we'll keep it on there though. Level 4 spells, give her a fireball. And a phantasmal killer. Harem doesn't get any new cleric spells. Instead of rage, which we already really get, let's make that dispel magic. This is energy communal. Let's cure moderate wounds. Bless. Remove fear. Divine favor. Bane. Inquisitor spells. He's good to go, so I think we can rest safely. I know we have to get up there and meet Keston, so we can't waste too much time mulling about. Oh, here comes somebody. It's Octavia. Looks embarrassed. I've come with a request. Could you find a diplomat to handle negotiations and politics? I lack the stamina to lead complicated discussions, and I don't have time at all for politics. Your subjects grow in number and their problems multiply. Seem almost everyone demands attention. The girl smiled timidly. Speaking of their problems, I keep hearing about how difficult it is for your subjects outside their barony, especially in Brevoy these past few weeks. Their merchants overcharge our peasants or use their connections to force our people into a disadvantageous agreements. Why not build a consulate there? I'm sure your subjects will appreciate you taking care of them, even when they travel outside the barony. I like this idea. Let us build a consulate in Brevoy. Wonderful. I'm glad that we'll be taking care of your subjects, even when they're traveling outside the country. So that's something new. I guess I have a new advisor position. Excuse me. I'm not too worried about the kingdom right now. We have big fish to fry. Success +1 community. We do have a new advisor slot. What is this one? Grand Diplomat maintains relations with foreign powers as well as the citizens of the barony itself. Well, I guess we can send Valerie there. As the Grand Diplomat, Valerie follows the law and tradition both. Lindsay seeks the middle ground in disputes, favoring no one party over another. Lindsay promotes freedom of expression, supports artists in the arts. Storyteller supports cultural growth. And then make Lindsay the Grand Diplomat. Well, we'll give this a shot. What stat was that? Community at 60? Very good, very good. We'll see how this works out. Lindsay is a Grand Diplomat. Seems a bit off kilter a little bit, but I think she can handle the duties. Storyteller can fill in nicely, I guess. Alright, so what we're going to do now is head upstream the Gludrin River. Never gotten that position before. Let's see here. Arcane Protector, I'm just going to sell that. No, I'm not. I'm going to give that to Valerie. Beast Render, +2 Animal Bane Falchion. +1 Frost Falchion. Shock Dagger +1. Can sell most of this stuff. So the peasants were revolting in last episode. We solved that. Wish there were more little tips here. Seem to be repeating the same ones a lot. No time to waste. So I wanted to give the Arcane Protector to Valerie, just in case I decide for an encounter she needs more AC. Because if I go like this, this would take her to 40 AC. Much less attack and damage though. So let's see, the Beast Render. You know what? Harem, this is just a +1 enhancement. His attack is only +11, but we don't really need everybody to be massive damage dealers, do we? Let's keep the pelts. Everything else looks to be in order. Wow, we're carrying a lot of weight in pelts, so we have to drop those off again. I apologize. And we want to buy Kukri +1. 1 to 3. What's the cookie plus 1 do? 2 to 5, so it is an improvement. He's just wearing regular leather armor. Camping rations. Let's look at these notes. Svetlana, we can get rid of. Travel log. Torn book. Ghost stone. Torn down page. Victim's book. Hedron's room key. Keston's letter. Invitation. 27 camping supplies. For 6 people. So that would be 28. 30. You can have 5 sleeps without hunting. Let's give him the cuckoo plus 1. Boom, 10 to 12 damage. Very nice. Let's go drop off these pelts really quick. As quick as the loading screen allows. We'll be off. On adventure. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, bum, bum. I want to check one thing. I think we had a monster event. Not sure if we sent Casil to deal with it or not. Monster sightings. Let's send him to do that. Not too worried about anything else in the kingdom right now except the source of these magical seeds. Three Hydra eyeballs. Not bad. £548. What are we carrying that's so heavy? Oh, breastplate +2, I missed that. Do we have a leather armor for the little guy? Let's give him the bracers of armor +5. Give him this beta test. Take that off. Now his AC is 28, that's good, very good. Throw his leather armor in the box. Oh, a buckler +1 I didn't sell. Still carrying 500 pounds of what? Potatoes? Milk? 300 pounds of rations. I guess that's it, so let's leave. And hit the road. If you're over encumbered and not in a random encounter map, you can drop some items, come back later to pick them up. Although that generally in games like this tends to lead to longer loading times initially, because it has to keep track of all that. But whatever. Your Baron is off to save the day, good townsfolk. Away we go, and away we go. Same crew. Knock Knock asked to go. So go he shall. Flank your enemies for maximum damage. We know that. With the ritual complete, according to the customs of her people, she's shown herself a true warrior, and the Baron her new chief. Alright, so I guess we head here. And go upstream. Somehow. Oh, Goblin Fort. High-hewn log walls encircle a hastily built settlement. The apex of the fort is a hill on which a totem of Lamashtu has been erected. Although goblins are not known as skilled architects, the fortifications look rather impressive. Moreover, the little creatures even range for a water supply in case of a siege, and the fort is built right over the Gudrun River. I don't remember much about this. To be honest. You can use ranged sneak attacks on flanked enemies. Hello. Your Grace, make haste. Help the defenders of the camp. Help, goblins. Take care of them. Goblin Lynx Eye. Some melee. Hello. These people need help. Find some food and blankets for them and keep your eyes open. Uh-oh. The skies tear open. Still the end of days has come. Keston, what's the word? Keston nods. His armor is covered with cuts and scratches, and there's blood on his gloves. He himself is uninjured. You're right on time, Baron. We were losing hope. No longer now that you are here. Further down the path, behind a palisade, lies a nest of goblins. We chanced upon it while heading upriver. I've no idea when these pests managed to build in so fast. We scouted it less than a 10-day ago, and there was no trace of them. Keston regains his composure. Whatever the cause, the surrounding area is thick with goblins. Only one of the scouts we sent made it back. He reports they've raised a fort of sorts at the top of the hill around a totem to Lamashtu. They packed the fort with cages, with prisoners inside. We managed to rescue a few of the captives. Others escaped and came back on their own. We've questioned them. They say the shaman performs rituals on the prisoners. We entrenched ourselves here to prepare for an attack, but goblins keep coming at us. They're not giving us a moment's peace. The way they are hounding us, we cannot protect the survivors and attack the camp at the same time. Keston turns to face you, his eyes determined. Only you can rescue the caged prisoners in the fort, Your Grace. Prisoners mention can this goblin camp have something to do with the seeds? The only way to find out is to get inside. You'll have to get past the gates and see what's going on in there. How are the prisoners? Some are injured, many are exhausted, and every one of them is terrified after what they've been through. All the prisoners we've spoken to say they are taken to the Lamashtu totem to take part in the magic rituals. Keston frowns. What's strange is that the shaman doesn't sacrifice anyone. All he does is shriek and pray to Lamashtu, and then force his victims to drink water until they start to choke. The prisoners mentioned a shaman, the leader. The scout mentioned seeing a large white beast at the hilltop. He thought it might be a wolf. If true, the Goblin King must be somewhere in the camp. To kill the prisoners? I'm leaving at once. I need to free the prisoners before the goblins serve them for dinner or worse. Kill them all. I don't know. This is a tough decision here. Let's try that one. Keston turns pale. How dare you say that? We know how to save them. I refuse. Have it your way, Keston. I'm grateful, Your Grace. Oh, we know how to save them. That's right. I'm leaving at once. I need to free them. I wish you good fortune, Your Grace. Send the ones you rescue our way. We'll protect them. I have to go. My bad, Keston. I forgot that we have a way to save them. Visibility's low. Goblin sneak whack? Where's the gates? Goblin commandos. Oh no.
Lost.
Let's get this stinking alchemist. Electric storm do that? Or a lightning bolt hit that alchemist? No.
Done and done.
Whoa.
Your life ebbs.
Grab him, throw him in the cage. Shaman, make you all deep drink.
I've spotted something.
Oh, we're going to trigger that trap.
Lost. What a waste.
Get in there.
Lost.
Wow. There be goblins about, alright. Yeah, these dang alchemists with them.
The end draws near.
I did as you
I'll
asked.
go ahead. Patience.
We don't have many scrolls left. Prisoner kill. Oh! Not killing the prisoners. I misspoke, Keston. I misspoke. Forgot they can be saved. Oh, did I? Alright. Free to go. Praise be to Erastil, thank you. This thatched roof. The thatched roof of this broken back hut smells of rotten mold. Filthy goblinses. You're making your way through the goblin camp, a dirty, hastily erected settlement built of trash and mortar with what smells like goblin waste. You catch sight of the silvery glimmer of water ahead, then suddenly notice a squad of armed goblins moving toward the water as well, shouting and prodding at a few scared peasants in front of them. Seemingly unaware of you, the goblins push the prisoners to the water's edge. One of the guard knocks the nearest captive, a decrepit old man, off his feet, and he falls to his knees with a moan. The goblin throws a filthy bent ladle in front of the man and points at the water. "Drink, fast!" The old man picks up the ladle with shaking hands, then stops, quivering with fear. "What are you waiting for? We have to save them." "Do not rush to interfere. As much as we may pity these poor souls, we must understand what is going on to save countless others." "No, we must attack the goblins." Hearing you approach, the goblins whirl, see you, and start shrieking. Whether fear or battle cries, you cannot tell. In the heat of the moment, one of them drops his spear, another steps on the foot of the goblin next to him. So it goes, causing a ripple of chaos to pass through their ranks. The old man, startled by the noise, drops the ladle into the water, and then in the confusion staggers to his feet and breaks into a run. The other prisoners follow, leaving the hapless guards howling in anger.
Not used to lighting enemies on fire first.
The ground here is soaked. The wounds on this man's body were left by goblin spears. Oh, what is this? A ring? What's that ring? Air robe, energy source. If the wearer of this ring has the ability to channel energy, it allows him to do it 2 additional times per day. Beautiful. There you go, my man. Let them come.
Repent.
Grab the longshanks, knock them to their knees. You can try. Oh no. Get that one. Make a beeline. Man, it's satisfying to see them go down. Oh no.
Be easier if you not fight back.
Oh. Been getting that bow anymore. Shard of Knight's Bracers, Fireball, Haste, Hold Person.
Done and done. I'm not afraid.
Full strength and heroism.
Tear them apart. The search was not.
They come.
Kill me!
Oh, Mary took a death wound.
I'm making red all over myself.
Let us strike as one.
Not good.
Consider provoked.
Suffered a crippling wound in the battle. Getting a little too ahead of myself.
Patience.
Patience indeed.
I'm listening.
Figuring with the recent level up I should be just mowing these enemies down, but they're attacking in great packs. Prisoners.
I'll go ahead.
You're welcome, sir. Madam. Tigny Justmert. Well, isn't this a... Hey, over here! Here, let me out! Let me out right now! Isn't this a change of roles here? This is the guy who was charging too much for the produce on the bridge. You! Yes, you! There, let me out of here! Come on, move it! Are you waiting for the entire goblin horde to show? My, whom do we have here? If it isn't Tigny Justmert, the renowned merchant. Fallen on hard times, have you? Tigny's face falls at your tone. Since you last met him in Camelands, the merchant has lost weight. His clothes are torn and dirty, and he's lost his worn-out beret. He's clutching onto the bars of his cage so tightly his fingers have gone white. Your Grace, what a surprise! Yourself, in person, sir. Would you be so kind as to help me out of this, predicament? Be silent. Of course I'm setting you free. Calm down and let me deal with the lock, will you? At last! If I make it out here alive, I'll never set foot in these lands again. Probably for the betterment of us all. Wow, lots of stuff here. Back to where we came, I think. Hello. Kukri. Get out of here. Mother's Warmth. Oh my gosh, what is this? This fiery Kukri is dedicated to Lamanchu, the mother of monsters. +2 flaming Keen Kukri. Keen doubles the threat range of the weapon and does an extra 1d6 damage. 15 to 20 critical hit? Oh my goodness, this is amazing. Let's give him that. 12 to 19 in that hand, and 10 to 12 in that hand. Why is the information like cutting off? Never found that before.
Tread lightly.
Who discovered that? Sirius found that. I have some good SMR / Dragon Eyes. Knock Knock is a ridiculous damage dealer now.
Let us be careful.
I really should.
The path is clear.
Oh, Octavia has to do that one. Some potions. Drunken goblin.
I've spotted something.
I did as you asked.
Excellent. What is this? The ground is littered with shattered cups that reek of foul-smelling alcohol. I'll be right back. Alright, and I'm back. So I realized the reason I couldn't pick the feat Improved 2 Weapon Fighting is because he's already got it. So, yeah, let's continue. Some drunken goblins. Marty's gonna grab some herbs here. These are in cages. Oh, there we go. Escape prisoners. Ah, Rasto, have mercy, you scared us. You, who are you? Have you come to rescue us? What are you doing here? Hiding? We managed to flee from the shaman right after the ritual. That little freak almost drowned us. At first he was jumping all around us and waving his crutch, but then he took a pot of water and started to pour it into us. Thought that'll be the end of us. And then it got weird. The goblins untied us from the column, led us away, and then just forgot all about us. They were busy with the other prisoners. Well, we didn't lose any time, and now we're thinking about climbing down this slope and getting out of here. How'd you manage to hide from the goblins? They haven't really looked for us, to be honest. So we just hid in these bushes and we're waiting for the right moment to make a run for it. You haven't escaped. You were released after they've infected you with magic seeds. Well, what? You mean the water? No, it can't be. Stop scaring us. We just need to get out of this place. Climb down this hill and run away. The militia headquarters are located near the goblin camp. Head there. Once we've freed all the prisoners, we'll find a way to cure you. Onwards. There are multiple paths back here. Go back and look. What do you do with a drunken goblin? Oh, bracers. Let's check out those bracers. Armor +4.
I did as you
I'll go
asked.
ahead.
Goblin Sly Eye. There's the shaman right there. Let's go get him. You approach a massive totem of Lamashu that's surrounded by goblins. Despite all the noise you have made on your way here, nobody pays any attention to you. Right now they're busy tying up screaming, crying people to the totem. A few more goblins are standing nearby, shrieking fiercely and stomping their feet to the rhythm of a melody known only to them. The shaman emerges from behind the backs of his tribe members, a goblin you already know, covered in tattoos and bedangled with amulets. This time his face is painted with red clay and soot, and a necklace of sharp teeth adorns his neck. The shaman is holding a crudely painted bowl above his head and singing in a plangent, dismal tone that resembles a howl more than a song. The other goblins pick up the melody and give way to the shaman who's walking toward the totem. What are you waiting for? We've got to save them. At the sound of your attack, the goblins around the totem spring up to their feet and grab their weapons. The shaman sees you and yells violently, throwing the bowl of water at you. Before you have time to react, he disappears in the goblin crowd, which in turn attacks you. Guards, kill them! Kill them, men and women. Goblins.
They go down!
Foul. The totem is covered in blood and colorful blotches. Stones sticky with blood. Wand of Stinking Cloud. Level 5. Guys are free to go. Prisoners are still chained to the totem. They look at you with vacant eyes as if they do not fully understand what is happening. The path is free. Go to Kess and his militia. They'll take care of you there. Fireball and haste. Scattered in the dirt are bones, bits of meat, and other leftovers. Ferocious wargs. Oh no. Nice. Oh, Harem took a hit. Suffered a crippling wound. He had a melted shard of the ring.
I did as you asked.
Nicely done. Unidentified short sword.
Done and done.
We should prepare.
So there just seems like one path now. That's down in here.
Enemy near.
Death you seeks, death you finds, the shaman. Stop, stop, I smashed this Shatshanks alone. You wanna fight the chieftain? I can't sleep knowing this ratbag weighs the crown. He wanted to hit me until dead. Now I hit him and show tribe who Lamashtu chooses. How do you intend to fight him? Like true goblin, like goblin hero. Knock Knock grins widely, showing his sharp teeth. Fight with anything I have, anyhow I can. Bite, kick, stab, stick, maybe bite again. Those are rules. Watch, see for self. Very well, Knock Knock, here's your chance to get even. Knock Knock hisses, presumably pleased. Good, cheer for me then. He pauses and narrows his eyes at you and leans in with a whisper. But hiss, try to speak good so they know you're cheering for me. You always mess up with your words. What should I do? Just don't trip me up and stay out my way. Knock Knock waves a hand as if dismissing you. Maybe you go talk with them before I punch and kick crown-stealing Shatshank. But after that, stay away. Now enough talk, let's go. Look, there, that's where the Shatshanks hides. Hey Shatshank britches, come out, fight. You, me. We see who Lamashtu favored here. You be puniful, no way. You swindle try, traitor. What, you afraid, coward? Look, all the king be cluck, coward. I no fear you, shut up. I will fight, I will. Others stay back, only me, him fight. I knock you left, right, chin, head until that crown fly off, Shatshank. So it came to pass that we would bear witness to a true goblin duel. Renowned scholars would have paid a steep price to be in our place, and would have paid thrice more afterwards to be anywhere else than inside a camp teeming with goblins. The news the king was going to fight the insolent intruder spread through the tribe like wildfire. The goblins gathering around the fire began to yell and shout so loud it was as if they wanted Lamashtu herself to hear. The king looked impressive, but Knock Knock, our questionable but brave leader, showed no sign of fear. On the contrary, he swelled up with pride, reveling in the moment. The duelists were surrounded by an incredible number of gapers, and judging by the weapons in their hands and the nonsensical rusty armor, even the camp guards were summoned by the shouting. Having carefully examined the crowd, Knock Knock threw a glance at the Baron and solemnly announced, "My followers will say." Hundreds of small red eyes instantly focused on the Baron. I would have been at loss in such a situation, but our ruler didn't miss the mark. The Baron spoke to the crowd in the goblin tongue and explained in single-syllable words why the king was surely done for. Where did his grace ever learn to talk like that? Uttering strange, often obscene words, slurring the endings and mixing up suffixes, the Baron was giving a speech better than he'd expected. Not only did the goblins gaze on him in rapt fascination, almost hypnotized, but he also caused his followers to listen in horrified fascination at how each word was mangled, slaughtered, yet somehow still comprehensible. The ardent speech might have gone on indefinitely, but the trance was broken by a shriek from the goblin crowd. "Knock knock gone!" Who would have thought, while the whole tribe was busy listening to the Baron, our champion had vanished? The startled king came to his senses and began to tear apart the air, shaking his blade and screaming curses. The Baron exchanged glances with his companions, and the party stepped aside silently. Of course, a goblin duel had to start with a competition in one of the most prolific goblin arts, hide and seek. Without a doubt, Knock Knock was lurking somewhere near, but where? In fact... Knock Knock hid right behind the king's back. What fun! Knock Knock managed to slip by the king and now was hiding right behind his back, dancing silently and making rude faces. The other goblins burst into laughter, or to be precise, into cackling and snide giggling, all the while pointing fingers at their king. Such treatment infuriated Knock Knock's opponent even more, and he spun around in a rage trying to see what was the cause for all the merriment. Knock Knock had no more time for joking around. He daringly ripped the crown off the adversary and placed it on his head. Failed. Knock Knock managed to rip the crown from the king's head, but alas, in the nick of time, having caught wind of the enemy behind his back, the king desperately grabbed onto his headwear. A tug of war ensued. The crown slipped from the goblin claws, it tumbled to the ground, its pieces scattered across the dirt. The king couldn't bear such a disgrace. Without his crown, accompanied by the humiliating howling of his kin, he fled. The only thing that was left of Knock Knock's enemies were the fragments of the headgear. The crown that used to adorn the chieftain head was now laying in the dust under our feet, trampled and crushed. Of course, Knock Knock could only regret that he never got a chance to gloat in his fallen enemy's misery. But the deed was done. The king had lost and ran away, and his subjects, having realized that without their lord and protector they'd all be next in line for a proper beating, pelted away at once. In a few moments, no one remained by the fire except for the Baron, his companions, and Knock Knock, who was trying to dig the trampled crown out of the muck. Alas, true victory lay ahead. The Baron had yet to meet the green-skinned villain, the one responsible for spreading the disease, the shaman who was hiding somewhere in the fort. Thus the daring heroes went in search for him.
Come here, baby.
It's right here. Now, unfortunately, we're not going to be able to see the
Nighttime.
good ending to that. And I guess Knock Knock doesn't get the crown either. As you approach, the shaman bursts into bizarre squawking. After a moment, it becomes clear to you. The goblin choking on his own blood is broken into gloating laughter. The Baron be too late. The will of Lamashtu came true. The bloom be happening. What are you talking about? What will of Lamashtu? So she is behind the seeds and the monsters? The shaman's eyes, red, small, and wicked, have a feverish glint to them. And who else? The blossom seeds came down from down the stream. We drink, boom, boom. Longshanks drink, boom, boom, boom. Flowers grow, great beasts crawl out. Lamashtu be pleased. I knew straight away what goblins must do. Go upstream, seek Great Mother. The shaman convulsively sucks some air in and carries on with a weakening voice. Find Lamashtu's womb up the river, home of great beasts, seed breedery. Leave guard so no one come in, and go back, back. Make the Longshanks gulp. Taint more, more. So man death. All seeds be planted. All make it before. The light in the shaman's eyes is growing dim. Make it before what? The shaman's words become quieter and quieter. We be Lamashtu's sons, watering, seed sowing, readying for the season of bloom. All together, boom, boom, boom. Shaman emits a long wheeze and freezes, looking straight into your eyes. His dull eyes are lit by an evil flicker. The season of gloom has begun. You no stop us. He had a ring, a belt, a breastplate, a spear, a Townsend spur, and some tenderloin. Yeah, unfortunately we don't get the crown, which is a really good item for Knock Knock. We don't seem to get a good ending for that. For that quest that I got in my first run. Where, slight spoiler, but he gets the crown off the head, wins the duel, gloats about it, and becomes, gets the crown.
Let's head out.
Which is a really wicked good item for him. So that's kind of disappointing, but
I've spotted something.
I did try to go for the crown. Another nice kukri.
The path is clear.
At least Knock Knock is now the true Goblin King, I think. So we have to go upstream to the seed breedery. Alright, let's see what we've got here. Longshank Bane. Bane weapon excels. This weapon is designated against giants, humans, elves, orcs, and other humanoids, goblins called longshanks. Just a +1 spear. Kukri, dog slicer. Naze, sharp edge. Oh, that's a short sword. Where's the kukri? Mother's care. Chili kukri is dedicated to Lamashtu, the mother of monsters. +2 frost. Keen kukri. Wow. Knock Knock do good with that. Critical 15 to 20. It's got fire in one hand and ice in the other. I've never found them.
Tread lightly.
But I'm not going to reload and get the crown and the good ending. I don't want to metagame in that way. He failed his trickery.
Let us be careful.
Alright, back down the hill we go. Further upstream we go with 2 Death's Door characters.
I'll go ahead.
Is this where I could slide down? Prisoner. Free to go, you know.
is clear.
Tear them apart!
Get them. Not bad. I don't look at the combat log to see what did it. A series dealt 35 damage. And I grew claws. Guards should at least come with masterwork items. Why are my guards not well equipped? Keston breathes heavily, looking around the bloody battlefield. Your Grace, how can this be? The people, the prisoners from the camp, they've all exploded, just like that. The shaman was mumbling about a season of bloom. It seems the seeds the people swallowed turned into portals. Keston wipes his brow. If all the seeds have blossomed, Abadar, protect us. The capital is full of infected, both on the streets and in Kavkin's hospital. Keston turns to you. You must hurry to the capital. I will continue looking for the source of the seeds. The shaman mentioned a place up the stream, Lamashtu's womb. It is the source of the seeds. Then I'm gathering my men and heading out there. Keston's brow darkens and his eyes narrow. I swear upon my life I'll find this womb, Your Grace, and destroy the source of the disease. But Kavkin, gods be merciful, he has no one to protect him. And the citizens, will the guard be enough to halt the attack of these horrid creatures? Keston falls silent for a moment, his brow troubled. No, I have to go up the river, make sure there are no new seeds. I must stop this curse at the source. It's time for you to decide, Your Grace, where your help is more needed. Jod will defend his patience to the last. As for me, Keston frowns, I'll do the same, anything to put an end to this horror, once and for all. Do you think Kavkin can hold out until my arrival? If you leave for the capital now, yes, but if you head to Lamashtu's womb, Keston frowns. Jod is not a warrior, Your Grace, he is a priest. He will shield his ward to the last, but he will likely have gone to join his god if we do not reach him in time. Lamashtu's womb must be crawling with monsters. You think you can do it? Keston freezes, his face becoming a mask. I don't know, Baron. I cannot promise anything. He gives a wry grin. But we do not seem to have a choice. What will become of the survivors in this camp? Most who survived the opening of the bloom ran. I hope they find their way home, or manage to reach the main road and are found by patrols. Why don't you go to the capital? No, Your Grace. I must find the source of the seeds, no matter the cost. This is my decision. Keston's face is stone. And the last word on the matter. Go to Lamashtu's womb, Keston. I'll make a decision and head out later. Keston nods. Do not linger, Baron. If you go to the womb, you will certainly catch up with my soldiers. If you go to the capital, I hope you'll arrive in time to help the people there. Abadar protect you.
Yes, I'm still here.
So we have to defend the capital.
Let us bide our time.
Let's get out of this low 30 FPS area. Make sure there's nothing hidden around here.
Let's head out.
So I have a decision on where to go. Let's hurry back at once to defend the capital, or find and explore the womb of Lamashtu. Let's find it at once. So back to the capital or up to the womb? That is what we'll decide in the next episode. We'll call this a successful 45. See you guys in the next one. So thanks for joining me. If you're still watching, press the like button. Leave me a comment. Let me know. And yeah, appreciate it. See you in the next episode. Peace out, everybody.